Maori Clinic provides the Salina community with a comprehensive spectrum of services delivered with compassion and sensitivity. We strive to create a partnership with our patients that promotes health and well-being in all phases of life. We care about our patients, we care about providing quality health care services, and we care about our community. Chances are you know many of us because Maori Clinic physicians live in Salina. We are coaches for youth sports teams and leaders for Boy Scouts and 4-H. We offer time, talent, and financial support to a variety of community events and charities. Our children attend school with your children. Our families attend worship services with your families. And we are proud to call Salina home. We have a vested interest in the success of this community, and we remain committed to an independent practice model that promotes our proud heritage and philosophy to provide quality medical care centered on the relationship between each patient and the physician of their choice. You have a choice for your medical care. Choose a doctor dedicated to the pursuit of excellence in healthcare services. Choose Maori Clinic.
What did that mean? Minor surgery? Not to me, it wasn't. I'm no risk taker. That's why I chose to have my surgery at Salina Regional. I wanted all the resources of a full-service hospital available to me. You know, just in case.
It's your choice where to go for surgery. Salina Regional Health Center, here for all your surgery needs.
The friendly staff at Salina Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Clinic, located at 523 South Santa Fe, are always welcoming new patients to serve in the areas of sports medicine, total joint care, and more. You can contact the office at 785-823-7213 or toll free at 1-866-406-4141.
Welcome to the Salina Access TV Friday Night Football pregame show. This is Stuart Haas with Charles Ross. And Charles South comes in after winning the district, coming from behind, scoring 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter at Great Bend to beat them 35-21. And they still have their top 2 tailbacks. McCullough and Turner are out. Turner might be out for a while, even if South wins. McCullough should be back next week. But they're also out their 6'6" tight end. I believe his name is Trace Kochever, and he's a weapon, and he's been out since the Central game. How do you see this playing out when you got 3 weapons like that out of the lineup for South?
Well, I actually don't see where it's going to hurt them because they don't have those weapons, but they got people that can step up and play those positions. So maybe some of the other guys may have to do a little more. You know how that works. A little more than the others.
Who stepped up for him was Sam Corona, who is the third-string tailback, but he's also starting linebacker. So what they did is they brought him over. He said Sam is maybe even a little bit quicker than those 2, not as strong, and not overall fast speed as in breakaway speed, but as in quickness of hitting the hole, making a cut. He's maybe a touch faster than them. And he told us when we talked to Coach Selda out the field that he had a kind of okay first half, but when he started getting back in, breaking some of the rust of being a running back, he had a real good second half.
And that was due to he didn't have much practice time to practice, and this week he's had a whole week full of practice. So
D'Angelo was hurt during the game, but I think it was Eric who had a concussion, and he got the concussion last week, like Friday or Thursday before practice?
The day before practice,
got the concussion. So Sam really had very little attempt to practice at that position. And he hasn't played running back, since freshman year or something.
Yeah.
So they are able to slide another man into his position at linebacker, who actually he said DJ actually had a great game last week.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to remember who he said that is, but you really, I'm thinking he's talking about number 1, DJ Coble. DJ Weir, number 4. And he really had a great game.
Right.
So that's the thing about South and Central, but right now with South, they've got people they can interchange.
Yeah.
So you don't really miss the whole step.
But right now we're in playoff time, so you got to step up.
Right.
Or it's out.
Right. Now, and the thing that I want to talk to you about is that the offense, according to Coach Sellers for Cape Mount Carmel, throws with number 10, Brock Monte. Now, I remember this kid from last year. He started since his freshman year. Everything runs through him. The great running backs they had last year are gone. You told us
right.
that. The wide receivers, tight ends are so-so, and the running backs are so-so.
Right.
Everything flows through Mr. Monte. He's got a great arm on him, but he can run.
Right.
He's almost like a Johnny Manziel type of quarterback.
He said he can run and throw, and he has the option to change the play.
And he can decide to run it, whatever. Now, the thing about it is, because their wide receivers are not really very good, Coach Sellers said they're two middle linebackers. Their job is to key on Monty.
Yeah.
And take him out. On offense, the defensive line is good. It's not going to be the best one they face, but it's good. That's the strength of their defense. Their linebackers and their D-backs are so-so. They're planning to take advantage of them with Mr. Wasserberg's throwing arm.
That's it. And
with the wide receivers we have are very good.
They are good.
The only concern we have here is if Sand goes down, then Dylan Becker comes in from wide receiver. That takes away one of your top wide receivers.
Yes.
Now, we have a wide receiver who can step up,
right,
but not that caliber.
But when you get into this type of atmosphere, you have no choices. You step guys still in wherever they're needed.
And I'm going to tell you right now, South's offense, just like Kapaun, needs to run through Dalton Wassenberg, their senior quarterback. He's got a great arm. You've seen it all year. He's in danger of breaking the passing record that Justice Stonebreaker set last year for yards and for touchdowns. So it should be a very interesting game. We are hoping the Central will walk away with the win, because if Central wins, they'll have a home game next week. If South wins and Liberal wins, beats Mays, we'll have 2 home games next week. So everyone, just keep your fingers crossed, eyes crossed, whatever you got to do.
That's right.
So we can come 2 victories and bring both these guys home. And we'll see you at the start of the game.
Kapaun has won the toss. They've elected to defer their option in the second half. They will kick.
Okay. All right. You got South off.
5 Wilsonburg. Sigma.
Welcome to Salina XX TV's Friday Night Football. This is week 10, first game of playoffs. And South is hosting Cape Mount Carmel. And this is a team that, should have had a better year than probably what they did. But, when you play, Charles, in the Wichita League, you play up against some very good teams, including 6A teams.
Yeah, they're coming off a pretty nice win by beating Wichita Heights last week. So, they're probably pumped up right now.
And it was a close game. There wasn't a big blowout win for them. They won 17-14.
And that's a close game.
They've got 3 losses on the year, so they're 6-3, and where South comes in 8-1. And if I remember right, they got in because of the point differential.
Right.
Because there's like a 3-way tie in that district.
Right.
So both 2 teams that got in out of that district.
And that's how Heights won that division, thing.
Right, and both teams got in because of the point differential, not because one of them outright won the deal. And I think even with the weapons South is missing, if they come out and play like they're capable of playing, this should be a somewhat of an easy victory for them.
It should.
It should be, and we'll get Mr. McCullough back next week for sure. We don't know about D'Angelo Turner and his shoulder, and the reason why is if anyone's ever played running back, and you got a bum shoulder, you can't lower your shoulder and drive when you're trying to hit somebody. Secondly, you can also have a fumble if you got the ball in that arm and you get a hard hit on that shoulder.
Right. It just falls down, drop.
Well, Cape Mount Carmel has opted, they won the toss and opted to defer, so they're kicking off.
Well, that ain't look like no pooch.
That wasn't a pooch. That was a nice return. Well, we're going to see about this because
that wasn't no pooch.
There was no pooch. And Coach Adehart, I told him I hate the pooch kicks, and he passed me on the back and said, "Do I think they're going to be disappointed?"
Yeah.
Number 5, Dalton Warsenberg.
There's just a quick pitch to Sam. Nice cut, nice cut. Well, I do see the quickness. I do, and I saw when he flat that foot and cut up, he wasn't slow hitting that hole.
No.
And that was a nice little run. That's a pickup of 8 yards.
On the play, second down 2, 42-yard line.
No, quick pitch to the left. Nice cut to the inside.
He's cut.
And he's over the 50.
If he would have cut inside then.
Yeah. Which tells me he's got good vision. He can see holes. He can see where the open field is. Now remember, folks, I told you that Coach Seller says Capen's defense is based, their best players are on their defensive line. And if South can manhandle them, there's a draw.
Wow. Wow.
He is running away from people.
Wow.
All the way down inside the 20. Wow. What do you do if Eric does come back? And see, Eric had that concussion, so if he's even a little bit foggy, and Mr. Weir, who has replaced Sam over on the defense, it's like they're not missing anything. Well, so you keep, and I'm not saying that bad against Sam. I'm saying you just keep hearing that quick pitch to the left.
They're there that time.
Yeah, he should have took it to the outside there.
But he's made several good runs.
Right.
One bad out of several good ones doesn't hurt. And that really, what did he lose, a yard?
Yeah, but I'm telling you, there's still a little bit of rust. You cannot play running back for several years and concentrating on a linebacker. But the more he plays, the more snaps he gets, the more comfortable he's going to get. Stegmeyer is going to take it down to just short of the 15. He's going to pick up almost 4 yards on the play. And now, when we were talking to Coach Adehart for Capen, that's the name he mentioned first, wasn't it? It was the 44. He said that number 44, we've really got to watch him.
Yeah.
Because if he's not, he's going to run all over us.
Yeah.
So that tells me they've got a linebacker dedicated to Mr. Stegmeyer. That's fine. That frees someone up on the outside. Nice little hitch. Takes you down inside to 10.
Is it a little bit shorter? Is it about a yard short? Looks like about maybe. Yeah.
No, he said first down, so it'll be first and goal from there.
Wow.
Goal, Cougars, 7-yard line.
Just a straight handoff. He's in for a touchdown.
And he lunged for that, didn't he?
Except for that one play for a minus yard, they didn't have a negative play that whole drive. Everything got yardage, positive yardage. Some of it in chunks, a lot of it in chunks.
Yeah, a lot of it was chunk. But Sam's running good just for not playing the position.
For that long a time.
That's right.
Yep, he just was a tad late on the kick. You're actually supposed to come up as the ball is snapped, and he was actually waiting for the ball to get there. You have got to start going forward before the ball gets to the holder. And it came around on the left side of the formation.
So what is that saying? Is that saying that you're going to have to end up eventually going for a
two sometime?
Conversion?
It all depends. If we keep scoring like this, it's not going to make it. There won't be an anthill of difference. But we do have to get that fixed. And that has to be the timing issue with the kicker and the holder. And we got to hold those blocks just a tad longer on the outside. Well, we're sitting here at 9:20 with a score of Salina South 6, Kapaun 0.
South kicked it off. 40 kicks deep.
It's a deep kick all the way down to about the 7-yard line.
Number 24.
Looks like a hold there. There should have been a hold over there, and no one threw it. They returned the kick up to about the 46-yard line. I saw a guy trying to get two people, and they were beside him, still holding him from the front. That's a hold.
Oh, yeah.
And it was not called.
First and 10, Kapaun. Ball their own, number 40.
There's our first look at number 10. And he goes under center.
He's going to roll out to throw it. And nobody was covering him. They had two on the deep guy.
Pass, intended receiver number 1.
They had one on the underneath guy, but no one on the wide receiver in the middle.
No.
In between. Now you got second down. But then again, we had two guys rushing him on that, so he had to throw maybe not as comfortable and as accurate as he would like to. Now he's a shotgun. Going to throw out to the man in the flat.
There was plenty of Cougars there.
Yeah, and he's not only going to get a couple of yards.
And did you see that tackle? That shoulder again. That guy was still going. He could have got up and kept going.
Yep, you gotta lock him up. You gotta hit, wrap, take down.
That's right.
If you can't take down, you hold on till help comes.
Big third down on the first quarter, huh?
And that's number 35, Alexander Norris, who is probably their best running back, and he's really a fair quarter running back from what I get from the South coaches. Intercepted. Oh no, he dropped it. Was that Mr. Calvert?
25.
Yep, that's 22. I'm switching the papers around so I can get to it. Cole Calvert, his brother Cade, graduated last year.
That brings up fourth down for the Crusaders in punt formation number 5, Joe Hickerson.
Well, we forced them into a 3 and out when they got the ball on their own 46, or excuse me, 4 and out. Nice high punt. He fair
caught that
at the 20, looks like the 21-yard line. The thrill of a touchdown, the excitement of a successful pass, all combined to remind us that state football championship games are only moments away. Sponsored by the Kansas State High School Activity Association, state championship playoffs will begin November 4th, which is today, or 2 days ago, and conclude with the final games on November 29th, which actually, excuse me, that would have been Tuesday. That's when the 3A Southeast Salina got beat by Halstead. And I had to pass that bad news on to my brother and sister who graduated from Southeast Salina. baby brother and baby sister. I always have to remind him of that.
Handoff, corner. Boy, he's running that ball tonight.
Yeah.
Ball carrier number 43, Sam Corona.
Corona's, I don't know, he's getting through them holes awful quick too.
Yeah, he is.
Making the stop for the Crusaders, number 65, Colton Humber.
Don't look like they've missed very much of a beat, huh?
No, but see, that's what good teams do. You've got people who can step in and play and keep up that level of play.
Back.
Nice play, nice play.
Who's that, number? Oh,
Stegmeyer.
That's what he's calling
And he made a guy miss.
Yeah.
He didn't run him over, he made a guy miss.
Well, what did he say? He said that we got to watch that number 44.
Yeah, but I don't think he was talking about coming out and pass. Because Mr. Stegmeyer's hurt people this year just as a straight fullback.
Right. But I'm saying, in all aspects of the game, you got to be prepared. There's Corona, and he cuts inside. Probably got about a 2 yard.
43, Sam Corona.
At least 2 or 3.
Making a stop for keeper number 65, Colton Humber.
2-yard pickup.
Gain of 2 on the play, second down 8, 46-yard line.
All right, Cott. See what they run this time. They're in the eye, man in motion. And they're just going to do a, he was going to,
Ball carrier number
they didn't get anywhere. The way the wide receiver came out, that man in motion, I thought they were doing a halfback pass.
Crusaders, number 88, Michael.
Wow.
So I was watching the wide receiver. He was actually running a route. And then when he turned back and saw it was a run, then he looked for
That
the
defensive end, he held his ground.
Loss of 4 on the play, third down 12, 43-yard line.
Well, you know where they're going with this.
Mr. Becker. It's going to be interception.
Pass intercepted on
Dobbs got to throw it further downfield.
making the interception.
His man was behind the defender and he underthrew it. He's got to throw it down where the wide receiver can run underneath it or no one can catch it and then punt. So the first turnover in the game goes against South.
Sometimes you got to just tuck it too.
But I don't think he had enough defenders out in front of him. I don't think he would have got very far. That's where then you throw the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, that would have been a lot better play. Right there, throw it out.
But you got to throw it a little further than that. Oh, incomplete.
Pass incomplete.
They were setting up a wide receiver screen. They had Corona come out, and they had the tight end and 2 wide receivers that were already blocking for a screen out here on the, I guess you'd call it a wide receiver screen, but because it was thrown out to the wide side of the field.
Definite screen.
Second down 10, 41-yard line.
They've had a good pass rush against them. Oh, my goodness.
He wasn't fooled by that play. No more than he released that ball. That defense was in there.
Number 87, Braden Burlew. It was the senior, 5'11", 214-pound defensive end, and he's the anchor. So that anchor is always on the strong side of the offense.
Loss of 5 yards on the play. Third down, 15, 36-yard line.
They've got to get to South's 49 for a first down. It wasn't even close. Wasn't even close to him.
But he fell down. I wonder if that threw it off a little bit.
Joey Medina.
Yeah. I'm trying to find out how far down Mr. Medina is on the wide receiver list and for them. And folks, Oh, he's listed as a running back, backup running back. And they had moved him out and set him out in wide receiver.
Wide receiver. Oh, flag.
Yeah, he really wasn't hit very hard.
But you saw him when he ran into him.
Yep. Now, if they could have got their hand, if they could have got their hand on the ball, there'd be no foul. Once you block the ball, he's fair game.
Right. So what is that, a 50?
Running into the kicker on the defense. That penalty is declined. First down.
Well, that wouldn't have been enough for a first down. Running kicker's only 5 yards. So they got the ball down inside the 20. Now, why they didn't take it, I don't know. And kick again, maybe you could have kicked it deeper.
Yeah, or maybe you could have faked it.
But it wasn't enough for a first down. They've got South down inside their 20, and I think that's the reason why they did that. Folks, if you could see our faces, we're both puzzled. Like, huh? What, like,
Wow.
I hope it's a quick game because I want to go down and talk to Coach Adehart. Why didn't you take that and re-kick it?
Or at least make an attempt to fool them.
Yeah. But South got the ball again. Mr. Stegmeyer.
Was that Corona?
Oh, that was Corona. I thought it was. I saw a 4, so I thought Stegmeyer. He's going to carry the ball up to the 22.
Pick up about 5 yards.
Almost 5 yards, yes.
Looks like Marcotte's bringing into play, huh?
They do the wide receiver exchange to bring in plays.
They've done that for years.
Yeah, that was started under Stoney, I believe. That was Mr. Stegmeyer.
Now there's the fullback.
And he's still on his feet. And still
fumble! And somehow they got it back. They stripped that ball out of there.
An offensive lineman, number 76. You have the offense.
That is Brandon Magazine.
Brandon Magazine just
they stripped that ball. That guy was, the defensive player was just going straight for the ball. Just kept pulling at it.
And I'll tell you right now, Mr. Stegmeyer will be more conscious of holding on to that ball.
Oh, yeah.
But Mr. Magazine just got a highlight. When an offensive lineman gets to carry a ball,
in the game.
And he picked up another 3, 4, maybe 5 yards.
So he's got some rushing yards.
I couldn't tell the way his head was turned if they got a part of his face mask or not. Did you see that?
Yeah. They're ready for that, though. It looks like their defense was waiting on that.
Just as teams qualify for the playoffs, officials qualify for the playoffs. Officials are rated after every game by the ADs and the coaches. So these officials here should be some of the best, with the very best work in the championship game.
Wow.
So you should see some good officiating.
8 of 2 on the play, second down, 8, 20-yard line.
It's a handoff to the fullback.
No, he kept it. He kept it and went right off the right tackle. They're going to stay down. That's going to carry it up to about the 43.
Oh, he kept it. He pulled it back out.
Yeah, and he kept it and went right around tight end. Now you got 3rd down and 5.
Stop for the Crusaders, number 26, Nate O'Neill.
They've been hitting wide, and they've been hitting it up. I think they're, and we talked about this the pregame with Coach Sellers here. I'll tell you this in a second.
He's under center, back to pass.
Now they're just hitch and go. Makes more people miss.
He took the ball.
He did.
They're just going for the ball straight out.
They are, but our guys, when they're doing their juking, are letting that arm swing out from them. instead of keeping it tight against them.
Pass complete number 15, Dylan Becker.
And then coach,
By the Crusaders, number 26, Nate O'Neill.
I think that's Coach Hooper that's talking to him right now.
They put that defense in a tough position. What can they do?
Defense has to rise up.
Oh, he's pushing all the way to the...
They did. They pushed all the way down inside the 5. That's because they're trying to tackle high instead of trying to tackle low. You got to stop the
all
legs.
the way down to what, the 2-yard line? Oh, the 1.
And 9 on the play. Second and goal, 1-yard line.
Wow.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Crusaders.
Well, this tells you one very important thing when South's got the ball. Protect the ball. They're going for the strip.
Well, and twice they've actually made. I mean, we had a lucky deal where the lineman caught the ball the last time, but this time we weren't so lucky.
Nope. And the extra point attempt. Kicks up and good. So 1:33 on the clock in the first quarter. Got a score of Kapaun 7, South 6. And the sparsely populated visitor cheering section.
It's kind of quiet over here.
Yep. Somebody's missing on the kick return. Well, they're sending Becker. And I think that's 6, J.D. Warren back there, or Bryce Vanoy.
Taking off for the Crusaders, number 7, Nick Degenhardt.
Number 15.
Dylan Becker. Number 8.
Yep, that Bryce Vanoy, number 8. Couldn't tell the difference with 8 or 6.
We're going to kick it to 8.
That's Vanoy. And he's going to kick up over the 30.
They've got to hold on to the ball.
Yep,
They're going straight for the strip. We've seen it happen on several occasions.
I think what they're doing is the second guy's coming in for the strip. The first guy's coming in to tackle, and the second guy's coming in to strip it. And you got to keep that ball tucked in tight, especially when your juke is spinning. The body has as you spin, the centrifugal force can throw that arm out, and you got to keep it tucked up in there. He's passing it.
Oh.
Just a little bit overthrown.
Just a touch.
Number 18, Jacob Marcotte. In coverage for the Crusaders, number 24.
And actually, he kind of had him beat a little bit. That's where he's got to put a little more air on it. Just a little bit more air. Allow him to run underneath it.
He was just about there.
Because when you're behind him, you use your body as a wide receiver to shield the defender away from the ball. So if you have to slow up a bit, you can slow up and use your body as blocking out for a rebound. Oh, nice run. He's got enough for a first. Up, down, just short of the 50.
Carrier number 43, Cam Corona. Now for the Crusaders, number 21, Nate Moore.
You think that the quarterback, running backs, and wide receivers got talked about holding on to the ball when they were on the sideline here?
Oh, yeah, you know that. You know that. We've been almost stripped once. We got stripped the second time. I'm guaranteeing all of them had a little chat.
And that's 2 turnovers against South already. Interception and a fumble.
Corona again.
He's going to get over the 50.
Boy, they was trying to strip that ball again.
They are.
Making a stop for the Crusaders.
Now, the bad thing about that is, if you hang on to it,
and
you can break free because they're not trying to tackle you, they're trying to strip. And that can backfire in your face.
Yeah.
That's why it's always been, you always teach, it's the second or third guy who comes in and does the strip.
Fumble. He gets it back up, throws it. Oh, and it's caught.
Completed. DJ Weir.
Wow.
DJ Weir. I don't know if it was deflected by the defender and he had to stop and dive back and get it. All we know is he got the ball and it's just short of the 32-yard line.
Play, if I've seen a bust. He had to pick the ball up off the ground, then toss it.
But he didn't rush.
No.
He looked around and he saw a guy open. We had 3 guys coming out over here. Well, that's going to be the first quarter, folks, with a score of Kapaun 7 and South 6, and that's due in part to a blocked extra point against South, and then a fumble return that took it down deep into South's territory, giving Kapaun short yards really to get in for the score.
Really, it wasn't like a fumble. It was a strip. We're taking the ball from you. You run with it, we'll take it. It's a one thing if you cough it up, you get hit, or the helmet hits the ball, or something of that nature. But when somebody just takes it out of your hand and heads off the other way.
Yep. All right, well. I said in the pregame, didn't I, that I thought the offense would need to run through Mr. Wassenberg, the quarterback, because of the injury to your 2 starting.
Well, I don't think they've missed a beat with that with Corona.
But I don't think you really have to. Sam's producing.
Yeah, he is.
They just gave a score at the first quarter, Central being down 7-0. Made the first guy miss. Going to get down inside the 30. No, it's going to be just short of the 30.
Picked up about 5 yards, though, huh?
Now you're going to pick up about 3, I think.
Making a stop for the Crusaders, number 88, Michael Lichtenegg.
Now I like that play call because it's one-on-one. You make a guy miss, you're going to get some yardage, and he made the first guy miss. But the second layer of defense was there and held him to a short gain. They only gave him 2 yards for that play.
Yeah.
There's Stegmeyer down inside the 20.
And he's holding on to that ball. Did you see how he had it? When they got it here, because when you really get it out, you put it on the side and start running. He's keeping it here.
He was holding it like he was holding $1 million.
Yeah.
No one's getting this from me.
That's right.
And Mr. Stegmeyer comes out, which means they might not be in the eye. They're not going to be in shotgun formation, which doesn't mean anything.
Don't mean a thing.
Because they did tell us that it looks like illegal procedure South. That they're going to let Mr. Wassenberg in the shotgun be Wildcat.
Do whatever he wants to do.
Where he can run it or throw it. And, we've heard you say that when you're in the Wildcat, that gives you an extra blocker. Because when the quarterback hands off, he's just running around doing nothing after he's carrying out a fake. But when the quarterback runs it, that gives you 10 now to block on 11 instead of 9. And of course, the Wildcat is named after the K-State Wildcats and Bill Snyder, who came up with that when Michael Bishop was quarterback there back in the late 90s.
The handoff, 44, and they're right there. Big number 62's wrestling him down.
You have it. Oh, I guess I do have it. Left. Well, this is my offense. You have the defense.
Oh, that was Ben Powers. That was Ben Powers. It was that guy.
Second down, 16, 25-yard line.
Yeah, he's
playing both ways. Looks like. Going to roll out to the right and throw it. Had a man open. They're going to call it good down inside the 15, about the 14.
Yeah, number 62.
They don't even have them too deep on the defensive side, do they?
No.
Third down, 5, 15-yard line.
Well, that was 62. We have them on the offensive too deep, not on the. There's a draw.
Corona. He did a couple of good cuts in there, though.
Yeah, it's going to be third down and about 1.5 yards, I'd say. Not even a full 2 yards. There might be 2 yards, but
Fourth down. Man.
Fourth down.
4th and 2.
And I do the same thing.
Gain of 3.
Shotgun.
Down to 11-yard line.
No, quarterback sneak. Unless they got some right on top of the center and the linebacker comes up as cheating, and they are. He's going to have enough for a first. That's a heck of a play.
Got it. That's what you got to know, that you got good wide receivers
and a quarterback
that can throw.
And the wide receiver who can pick up the 2 yards.
That's a good wide receiver.
And he did. He went down inside the 5, down just short of the 5-yard line.
Gain of 6 on the play. First and goal, Cougars, 5-yard line.
All right. Mr. Stegmeyer took it down to about the 1.
44, Kieran Stegmeyer.
Think I'll give it to him again?
You should, but if you fake it to him, you'll probably get in.
Or let him lead Sam into it.
Right. But you could give it to him.
This is where I run the triple option. If there's a hole for him, I give it to him. If not, I continue on the line. If there's a hole for me, I take it. If not, then I'm pitching it to the tailback.
Up.
He's going to be short.
Ball carrier number 44, Kieran Stegmeyer.
I don't think they give it to him the third time.
Making the stop for the Crusaders, number 62, Ben Powers.
Because they were stacking up the middle. And if he would have continued to the outside, Charles, either he would have walked in or Sam would have walked in. Yeah.
Third and goal.
Or just drive that quarterback. You don't think he could just pound it straight up the middle?
I think quarterback sneak would work.
Yeah. And that's what they're going with.
And that's what they did.
Touchdown, Cougars!
He went between the left guard and the center because you see the linebacker was coming in the gap between the right guard and the center.
Yeah.
And there was a bit of a gap there. So he just went whichever way the linebacker was not there. And that's where, if you're a defense, you got to bring both those linebackers up in those gaps.
In those gaps, yeah.
But by doing that, you're selling out on your defense to the middle of the defense. And if you can get the ball to the outside, it's going to be a walk-in. Because your linebacker's not going to be able to trail on a play. See, now they did that.
Good.
You saw they did. He started sooner, but also I was watching that far man, and he held that block just a tad longer.
Yeah.
He didn't release him. Well, you got 7:29 in the go in the second quarter. You got scores South 13, Kapaun 7. And what were you going to say, Charles?
Don't look like they had a real hard time scoring either.
Now, they're moving the ball really at will against this defense. And what Coach Sellers told us was right. The best players on this defense is the defensive line. Linebackers and defensive back are a little bit are not as strong. And I'll wait till after the band's done. Good coaches and good offenses take advantage of a defense's weakness. He's kicking it deep again. Cut it about the 12 or the 13. He's going to be short of the 30. Looks like about the 27.
Kickoff return number 24, Coulter Holing.
Well, let's see what Mr. Monty's going to do now. The only scoring drive they had the ball inside the 20. I believe to get. They really haven't done a whole lot. They even started once on their own 46 and still had to punt.
He's kept it. He kept it.
He kept it.
And he's going nowhere.
Ball carrier number 10, Brock Monty. Making the stop for the Cougars.
Well, you have the binocs.
I can tell you one thing, though. If I had that quarterback there, I'd probably do a no huddle.
Gain of 2 on the play. Second down, 8. 31-yard line.
And I'd let him be mobile. A lot of rollouts. It's just a double lead for the tailback, and he's not going to get anything.
Nowhere.
He might have picked up about half a yard, and that's about it.
Ball carrier number 30.
Yeah, if he's my best athlete, I'm going to have him rolling, moving the pocket, and I'm going to have you're counting. 1, 2, 3, and at 3 you've got no one open, buddy. You tuck that and run.
And if you just got up as soon as you got it, because you know he can call the plays, so just get up to the line, boom, fire off.
Yep, all you gotta do is call out a formation.
Right.
And then he can change from play to play within that formation. He's gonna roll out to the right. Caught. It's gonna be a first down. Just over the 40.
Complete number 5, Joe Hickerson. Making the stop for the Cougars, number 7. Trevin Slayton.
I think Trevin was playing this a little bit off him, and he should have came up a little bit.
Yeah.
Gain of 10 yards on the play. First and 10, Kapaun.
So they got brothers on each corner too, huh?
Yes. The dynamic Slayton duo. Here's that double lead again.
He ain't going nowhere.
I'm going to get about, looks like 2 yards.
Number 35, Alexander Norris.
Oh, maybe almost 3.
Cougars, number 87, Braden Burlew.
Yeah, I think if he's my best guy, I'm keeping him mobile.
Second down, 7,
yeah.
44-yard line.
And there's a lot of run plays you can do out of that with your running back.
Oh, breaking out. Oh, he ain't going nowhere.
No, Mr. Slayton changed that.
Alexander Norris.
But he got up to the 49. It's going to be a third down and about 2.
Started driving him back quick, though.
Where he wanted to go off tackle was not there. It was all blocked up, but there was no one outside, and he just jumped to the outside, and whoever had outside responsibility had gotten locked up.
You have 5 on the play. Third down 2, 49-yard line.
Now they'll go back to the robust. He's going to have enough for a first.
Ball carrier number 35, Alexander Norris.
Down to about the 48. They need to get to the 49, just a little over the 49.
Making a stop for the Cougars.
He said he really likes to run out of that formation. He just don't have the backs that he used to have.
And he did. They were very good last year with that. Their starting running back from last year is actually playing linebacker, he said, for Butler.
Yeah.
And as I told him, I said, well, that is a surprise because Butler goes after the best athletes in Kansas.
48-yard line.
They can pick and choose.
He's rolling out. Their pass is complete. No, incomplete. Wow, looked like he caught that.
But I saw the South coach do the juggling motion with his arms, that he was juggling, and this side judge came right up and gave the incomplete sign. Something's going on here. We got a flag here.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense. Hey, replay first down.
All right.
That's a good one.
Yep, that's me once offensive lineman. And I was talking to a football official who teaches. He's the head of a doctor who's head of the sports training department at Bethany College, and he said they'll allow an offensive lineman within a yard or two for the line of scrimmage. But you get 3 yards or more down line of scrimmage, that's illegal right there.
Oh, he fakes it, pass, no.
And another right through the hands.
Receiver number 7.
And that's what happens when it's frustrating when you have a good quarterback who can give you the ball and put the ball on the receiver's hands and they don't catch it. Which makes you wonder how much dynamic this offense would be if they had at least 1 or 2 good wide receivers that could catch the ball with this quarterback. It would open up their run game.
Second down 15, 47-yard line.
Oh, that was...
Pass complete to number 7.
Good catch.
Degenhardt.
That's going down to the 40, where it's going to be
Cougars number 9, Stephen Slayton.
Third down. Stephen couldn't do nothing much about that. That was just a quick slant. He had good coverage, but that was just a good throw and catch by the wide receiver, a quarterback and wide receiver combo.
Third down 2 on the south 40-yard line.
It's a handoff to number.
And he's going to be short. He's going to be short.
Carrier number 35, Alexander North.
Boy, that defense shoved him all the way. They tossed him like a sack of potatoes. What you say?
It's going to be 4th and less than a 1. They're really trying to fire up the defense to hold on this 4th down. And they're going robust. And it's going to be knocked short. But that's 4th down. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
That you might as well throw that play in the playbook if that's what you want to do it on 4th down. If you ain't going to make it, drop the ball.
Well, they initially knocked him back, and then he just lost the ball.
Yeah.
And he was hit short, about a yard short.
Oh!
He took his eye off the ball. Dalton took his eye off the ball. It was a good snap. He just took his eye off the ball.
Making the tackle for the Crusaders number 6.
And right now, I'm telling you, he's beating himself up because he knows that's his fault. And that's a loss of 7 yards. Now you got 2nd down and 17. But with the wide receivers on this team, you can get that in one play. You don't have to. You can spread it up in chunks. He's rolling it. And
got it.
17 yards plus in one chunk.
Number 18, Jacob Portman.
You said with these wide receivers, you could get it in one chunk.
You can. He got 19 yards. And he could have ran it. He wouldn't have probably got the first down, but he would have got 7-8 yards or more. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of people out there as he rolled to his left. But when you roll to the left, it's hard to throw with your right-handed. But he threw an accurate ball.
Yeah, he did.
Which tells me that he has spent time practicing getting that shoulder back and making an accurate throw.
He's rolling out again.
Quarterback sack on the play.
And somebody was allowed through.
26, Nate O'Neill.
And then the running back who was back there, which is Sam Corona, did not hold his block like he should. Again, when you haven't played running back, you're not used to blocking people.
Right. For the most part, he's had a good game, and he's done a lot of good blocking. But it's just that one time when they see you when you didn't do such good blocking.
But also it could still be a little bit of rust.
It is rust.
When you don't practice something, you lose that muscle memory and everything, and mental memory of how to do that right.
Yeah, that's true.
You've got to remember the fundamentals of how to block, because you're a defender. Your goal is to beat the blocker.
That's exactly right.
Right, but now you've got second down and 21. You got 19 on the pass play that went before this play. So you got wide receivers and get that back. But I always preach, you don't have to get it in one chunk.
You can if you want to, though.
If it's there, you can, yes. If not, you take it in 2 or 3.
Second down, 21. Ball at the south 42-yard line.
Kapaun's only rushing 3. They're going to blitz. Dylan Becker. He's made 2-man miss.
First down.
Pass complete to number
First down.
Dylan Becker.
First down.
That's a 24-yard.
First down.
And first down.
If you want to, you can get it out of one
But see, this is not really hard to predict when you have this kind of an offense, though. It really isn't. It's not that hard to predict.
35-yard line.
He told us in the pregame, they are not very strong in the back end. All their defensive back, safeties, corners, and their linebackers are not as strong as their defensive line. And that's showing right now. Yeah, he was on his knee. He was on his knee. He was on his knee when he went down to get the ball. Good call, folks.
By number 5, Milton Lawsonberg.
So do they like going like first, second, and 15 or 20 is?
I don't know. And see, now that's twice he's fumbled it when the ball has hit him in the hands. That tells me he's not following the ball all the way back to his hands. He's already looking downfield. And you can't do that. Catch the ball first. Almost intercepted.
That's incomplete.
But that far defensive end came through unblocked. And the South coaches have got to pick up on that and let a tight end release him and then go out and pass play. Because the wide receiver went deep, there was no one behind him. You see what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Let him come like that. Then throw over the top to him to the wide receiver who held the block for a second, then released. And there is a nope.
It's coming from the backside. Oh.
And again, that defensive end got there, and the
incomplete intended receiver number 15, Dylan Becker.
The left tackle for Salina South is late getting out there on that block.
They got the block.
He's late getting out there on that block. So you either got to put a tight end over there to help him, or you got to light a fire underneath him and say, hey, you got to step out and block that guy, because he's let him go through that thing twice.
That brings up 4th down for the Cougars in punt formation. Number 82, Jacob Foster.
Here's the punt by Foster. It's going to be out inside the 10. Nice punt by Jacob. That's a nice punt by Jacob.
That was a great
Goes out of
punt.
bounds at the 7-yard line.
All right, you got a pin deep. Here's what I'm doing. I'm bringing all my defensive back up on the line of scrimmage. You take the wide receivers to the line of scrimmage. You jam them. You disrupt them. You give that defensive line that's been getting pressure all day, you get in that backfield and pressure him. And maybe we'll get a
First and 10, Crusaders.
force a 3 and out,
7-yard line.
or maybe a safety. See, he's rolling out to his right. He got a hand on him. Did you see that? He got a hand on him and turned him. And when you do that to a quarterback, you can cause a quarterback to get really hesitant. I'm in the end zone. I got to get rid of this ball. He threw a bad pass, and now you have incomplete. So now you have 2nd down and 10. Do it again. I get my wide receivers up in the line of scrimmage, and I'm jamming them.
So, are you going to try and go up top if you're the Kapaun?
Yes, I would. I let him roll out again, but this time saying if there's no one there, you take off. Because this kid can run.
10, 6-yard line.
Another incomplete, and he was
He
open.
should have caught that, though.
Another incomplete,
35,
and
Alexander Norris.
You
he
know
was
the whole
open. That
thing.
was the running back coming out of the backfield.
If it touched the hands, he had it in his hands, you got to catch it.
And that hurts your offense. When you have running backs, wide receivers who can't catch the ball on a consistent basis.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just
That can
That
throw away your
hamstrings you.
confidence and everything else.
and it hamstrings you as a coach, because then you lose confidence and calling plays. The quarterback loses confidence in throwing the football to those people. He's going to roll
He's
to the
running.
right, and he's running. And he's going to
goes
be tackled.
nowhere.
Actually,
Ball carrier number 10, Brock Monty.
you got 33 seconds on the clock.
Twice out, their 2nd and a half.
That's their 2nd timeout, so they got 1 left, but he actually lost yardage on that play. About half a yard.
4th down. 4th and 10.
And they're going to have to punt.
So you just hope for a good punt, or is that what they're hoping for? Or we're hoping for a good run back, or
a block.
33 seconds?
But we need to watch for the fake. If we sell out for the block. Now, if you're South, do you block or do you set for the return?
I set up for the return.
I set up for the return. Now, you almost got to it once and had a 5-yard running to the kicker penalty.
Fourth down for the Cougars in punt formation.
And they're set for the return.
Oh, he missed.
Oh, no. Nope. It's their ball, though.
Up punt by the Cougars.
And that's where
By the Crusaders.
if he had to come up, he was signaling a fair catch and then adjusted late to the ball, he should have backed off.
Yeah.
That's 3 turnovers in this half against South. Because it's a muff punt, they can't move the ball
They've had
downfield.
these turnovers and still lead 13-7.
Yep.
It's telling you
Crusaders get the ball, point of the recovery. First and 10 for the Crusaders. Ball
That the score might be out of hand by now if they hadn't had those 3 turnovers.
that's exactly right. It's rolling out.
Incomplete.
Incomplete. Number 81.
I think that quarterback must be at his best when he rolls out, because he seems to love to send him in the rollout.
Yeah, he does, and he can throw, actually rolling about both right and left.
Right.
It just hurts him. He's got no one to catch the ball. because that ball was delivered inbounds and the guy did not catch it before he slid out of bounds. And I can see later on if he gets getting frustrated where he just might try to start doing everything by himself. And then your offense breaks down.
Yeah.
Timeout. Kapaun.
All right, if you're Sam and you got the South team in it at halftime, what are you telling them?
We've got to stop turning the ball over. We played a good game, but we've got to stop turning the ball over.
I could see at least 2 more scores should be on. So you could be looking at a 27-7 score.
Yeah, it's not like they played bad. They got to stop turning the ball over.
Yep.
I mean, you got they wouldn't even have the 7 if it wasn't for
A turnover. With the long run back to put the ball inside the 20.
A straight takeaway from you. Boy, that's the worst feeling if somebody takes the ball from you and runs down for almost a touchdown.
And Coach Smith is the special teams coordinator, and I tell you that he's not going to be real happy with that.
Second down, 10.
He's also the head swimming coach for South, so.
41-yard line.
And I think he's on the same mind. He wants his guys to play and play it well.
Broke loose there, but they got him.
They called a timeout.
Number 33, Joey
We got
Medina.
13 seconds on the clock. The ball's at the 50.
Kapaun. Their second of the half.
It'll be 3rd down and 2 from there.
See, that's
Well, folks, here it is, November, 7th?
yeah.
And all I've got on is a long sleeve t-shirt underneath my work polo that I'll be going to after the game, so I don't even have my jacket on.
Yeah.
We've had several games already, one in September, one in October, when we were bundled up.
Yeah.
Now, if there is a Friday, Saturday game next week, we have snow forecast for Saturday. Yes, sir. This is Kansas.
Yes, it is.
If that happens, I'll have to break out the long johns.
3rd down 1. Ball at the 50-yard line.
You got 1 timeout left. You got 13 seconds on the clock. I'm throwing it deep. Intercepted.
Pass intercepted. Making the
Nicole Calvert.
for the Cougars, number 22, Cole Calvert.
And that's one now
He
turnover
had
against
all the
Kapaun.
time in the world, though.
Yeah, because they were only rushing 3. They had everyone back in pass defense.
Yeah.
And he had a guy underneath that was open, and he just didn't see him. He had the tight end that came across from the left side of the formation and then went right, and he didn't see him. He was looking too far downfield, and he had enough for a 1st down where that would have stopped the clock.
Ball throw, 43-yard line.
Too much time.
Prior to the snap, play game. Offense. 5-yard penalty remains 1st down.
Yeah, that's it. They're just going to take a knee. I saw Sam and the other coaches take off their headsets. They're just going to take a knee, and
1st down 15, 38-yard line.
and take it to the house. That's what they did. And they take a knee, go in at halftime, and
Ladies and gentlemen, your halftime score. South
with a score here of 13-7, South over Wichita-Kapaun, and we'll see you at the Maori Clinic halftime show.
I don't know whether it's the quarterback or what's going on there, but we've seen several times where that ball's on the ground, and you cannot have that and win football games.
And although he's picked it up, and he recovered one time to make a nice play, the other time he was sacked. But every time I'm watching it, and being an old quarterback myself, I'm going to put the onus on the quarterback. It's hit him in the hands, which tells me he's not following the ball all the way to his hands. He's already looking downfield. And just like wide receiver, you can't do that.
Right. Yeah, that's a true statement. But it looked like a design play the one time when he got the long pass off. But you cannot do that and win football games.
No, you cannot. You have got to be able to take the ball, control it, nullify your negative plays, and always be going downfield, and that puts pressure on the defense.
And then the other things too, the running backs have got to hold on to the ball. We cannot continuously, they've taken it away twice, but we recovered one.
They've stripped the ball, and as both were in the first quarter.
Right.
One on the fullback, Stegmeyer, and one on the wide receiver after a nice long pass play. The second and third guy coming in are stripping. And that's where you've got to, when you feel that contact, you got to get that up, and then you got to wrap that other arm around.
That's right. You got to hold on to it.
And you got to lock it in. And they don't tell you to run it like this anymore. They tell you to hold it like this.
Yeah.
And then wrap it. And that's what you got to do. And we noticed that when Mr. Stegmeyer later on was running, he was holding that like he was holding on to $1 million.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Right before half, I asked Charles, if you're Sam Sellers, what are you telling the team at halftime? And you said,
what I actually said, I just tell them is we've made a few mistakes that we've got to correct. We've got to hold on. We cannot have turnovers and win football games. So we got to tell them to keep the turnovers down. They've really played a good game besides the turnovers.
3 turnovers and you're still leading 13-7. That tells you this score should be far more lopsided. I expect that to be cleaned up in the second half, and I see South starting to pull away from Cape in the second half. That's what I see.
So what about Central?
Central playing at Heights.
They're hanging in there.
10-7, and we don't know what the situation means. Might be penalties, might be turnover, might be some negative plays, someone just not holding the block right, somebody just... It's amazing on this bigger field, you could be just a couple inches out of one direction, and you can't make that play because of it.
But they're hanging in there.
When
they're hanging in close, they're dangerous.
Yeah, and if Dalton gets up to his over 150 yards rushing, that opened up the game. And I think the difference is Malcolm Gardner has got to be a threat with his legs.
Yeah, that's true. That's a very true statement.
Well, thank you for watching the Maury Clinic Halftime Show, and we will see you at the start of the third quarter. Welcome back to the second half of Salina Access TV Friday Night Football Week 10, first game of playoffs. And I was going to say this to start the game, but now that you're in playoffs, records don't mean anything except where you were seated.
That's it.
Now it's 0-0. They call this one and done. One loss and you're done.
That's right.
You have got to win to advance. Now, a good coach will have saved plays in his offensive arsenal just for this time of year.
Yep. I can't believe Central's like close.
Kicking off for the Cougars.
That doesn't surprise me. If Central plays like they're capable of playing, I think they're scribbing it already down to the 30.
Ooh,
Too big a return, all the way up over to 45. That's why I don't like the squib kick either.
Number 1, Nick Channel.
That's where I'm getting my kicker, who is a true freshman, into some kicking camps this summer.
He tried to tackle with his shoulder too.
But I'm gonna get my freshman kicker into some kicking camps this summer and get his leg and technique better, because everybody can improve. Okay, here's that double lead.
Boy, they're just pushing him. They're pushing him for another 2-3 yards for sure.
Carrier number 35, Alexander Norris.
In reality, and to stop that, you got to hit low. You got to try not to hit him high. You got to get him low.
Look at that.
Yeah, and most of that was on the push. Was on the push.
Yeah.
You've
6 on the play.
You've got to hit him low and take away his legs. That way, the offense coming behind you
Good.
cannot
Leg tackle.
cannot keep pushing him forward.
Alexander Norris. Making the stop for the Cougars. Number 70, Alex Parker.
He's submarine and got him for no gain.
But there was a shoestring tackle in there.
No gain on the play. Third down 4, 46-yard line.
Here they go in the robust. Nope, they move one guy out wide. Out is not the pure robust.
Ooh.
They try to get him to jump.
There he goes.
Nope, he's going to be short.
Ball carrier number 1.
He's going to be short.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Be a yard short.
4th down.
And a 2 on the play. 4th down 1, 24-yard line.
He's going to have enough for the first.
Ball carrier number 10, Brock Monkey.
He just followed his lineman and South needs to hold on this drive. If they can hold on this drive and then take the ball and go down and score, they could just take the air completely out of Kapaun's sails.
Oh, yeah.
41-yard line.
So number 62 plays both ways.
Either that or he's someone who go on defense, goes in and gives a guy a breather. Too much time. 5 yards.
Prior to the snap, delay game, offense, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
All right. That helps South.
Wow. That's a self-destruction play there.
Yep. Now South needs to take advantage of that and hold them.
Or push them back. You know how that old thing, push them back. Push them back.
Way back. Yeah, I was just thinking about it.
Pass. And he caught it.
Somebody missed a block. There's a block in the back right there. Block in the back.
Pass complete to number 2.
Block in the back, a hold. A hold. He's calling it a hold.
There's a penalty marker on the field.
I think that's a spot foul.
Holding. Offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
Actually, he takes him back.
Same spot, ain't it?
Actually, a yard further back. So now they're 1st and 16 instead of 15.
Billy, that could be to their advantage rather than to their disadvantage.
47-yard line.
They lost yardage.
Now 5 more yards against them.
Prior to the snap. False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Now, that's 20 yards in penalties, but because one was a spot foul, it only really went 1 yard further back. So that's 11 yards right now in penalties. Now you're sitting at 1st and 21. And South's only going to rush 3. And they're going to throw to the back, and he ain't going to get much. Coming out of the backfield. The play is designed to take the 2 wide receivers, take them deep, and let your running back slide out of the backfield, and then have that open room to
run.
But a linebacker was out there, and then one of the defensive backs or safeties came up and made a really nice play and held him just to about a 3-yard pickup, it looks like. Yep.
Second down 18, South 49-yard line.
Quarterback.
Whoa.
Oh, he got hit.
Yeah, he got hit.
You heard both of them say whoa at the same time.
Yeah, you saw him get a little turned there.
Yeah, he got turned, bent, and everything.
Yeah.
And that was Othello Lewis, who was the nose tackle, and that's when you get a nice, clean, cheap hit on the quarterback. You take advantage of it.
Yes.
And that was a nice, clean, hard hit by Mr. Lewis.
Oh, good catch.
He's going to be short of the first down. It's going to be 4 yards short of the first down.
That number 2 seems to be able to catch, though, for them.
And that is Edgar Baez. He's a senior, 6'1", 175-pound wide receiver. He's actually a backup to the starter.
And a starting cornerback.
He's going to be caught short. It's going to be first down South.
Ball carrier number 35, Alexander Norris.
And that's when you don't have a good running back, that hurts you.
Yeah.
You only need 4 yards, and you can't get it. But South strung that out, and they made the tackle.
First and 10 Cougars, on the 33-yard line.
All right, let's see what South does with the ball. They did the hold part now on the defense. They flipped the tight end. And it's going to quick pitch to the left with a lead blocker.
He got at least 5 yards.
He's going to at least he got 5. Well, we see the speed that Sam was talking about.
Yeah. You definitely see that.
He actually got
like
6. Now this half, South wants to iron out the problems they had in the first half.
39-yard line.
That is move the ball, score points, and make control of the ball.
Hand off to the fullback. Number 44, Stegmeyer.
I don't think he got anything.
Making a stop for Cape number 34, Matthew Roberts.
One of the linemen for South was a little slow getting up and didn't.
Looks like number 76, Brandon Magazine.
Yeah, he didn't
He's still happy from the
the run he got. When he caught a fumble in the air and advanced it another 4 or 5 yards or more.
Oh, Walsenberg don't look like he got anywhere.
No, he didn't.
Ball carrier number 5, Dalton Watsenberg. Making a stop for Cape
To make the Wildcat work, you got to at least have people going out and passing formations, and they didn't. They were going out and trying to lock up people, so it didn't fool anybody. If you're going to run the Wildcat, you got to have wide receivers going out, because you have to have the dual threat, pass and run. But this was a failed drive here by South, and they should have done better. Not too bad of a kick.
Good punt.
Going to be a great roll all the way down inside the 10s, getting close to the 5, all the way down to about the 5-yard line. That was over a 50-yard punt.
But that roll.
And with this new artificial grass field, you get better rolls than what you used to do on the football field. Because on a grass field, you get little dips and divots from feet planting, and everything. So that's when you got the great fumble follies. The guys chasing a fumble on the ground.
Yeah.
Quarterback
kept
keeper.
it.
Yep.
He's just a dodging and trying to shake and bake through there, ain't he?
He got about 5 yards.
Making the stop for the Cougars, number 47, Othello Lewis.
And I wonder at what time does his frustration level kick in on people dropping passes that he's just going to decide he's going to try to win it on his own.
He's probably okay this year, but next year it'll probably be a whole different ball game. Senior year, you don't put up with it.
And maybe they have some kids that step up from JV or got some varsity time this year that can improve for them. There's just a straight handoff. Looks like he actually maybe got back to the line of scrimmage.
Alexander Norris.
They're actually marking it back on the other side of the 10.
Number 70, Alex Parker.
They're going to say no gain, but actually the ball was right about at the 10. And I watched the official on this side, and he actually, his feet were just inside the 10. Okay. Roll out and throw, and if nothing there, keep it and run.
That's what I would say.
He's in shotgun formation. He's just dropping straight back. He's going to run.
He hesitated.
Yep, and he's going to be short.
Ball carrier number 10, Brock Monty.
I think they're going to mark him short.
Oh, right on the.
Making the stop for the Cougars, number 27, Othello Lewis.
Yep, 4th down.
You going to try it down there?
Watch the snap count. See
This is the one time.
See if they don't try to make
defense
them run.
needs to be strong.
There's the roll bus. Watch the snap count. They're saying no. He actually lost a yard. He actually lost a yard.
Why would now Cougars have got to pound the ball in right now, Stu.
They've got the ball inside the 15. They've got to score.
If you can't punch it in now. And really what they were saying was you don't necessarily, I'm not necessarily worried about you.
Yeah, he had faith that his that his offense could do it.
Ball carrier number 43.
He's going to take it down to the 11. We pick up about 3 yards.
Number 52, Nick Lee.
Now they're going to look like about a 2-yard pickup. I think you go back to the option or the quick pitches to the outside and let Sam use his speed.
Yeah, turning that corner.
Yep. Now they're strong to the short side of the field.
Wassenberg's under center. Handoff to,
It
no,
is.
he kept, he pulled it.
They were
Not
running the
going
option.
nowhere.
He just was not able to get the ball to, and if he had,
Tailback.
if he would, Sam would have scored.
The Crusaders, number
Now he got the ball inside the 10. So now you're looking at about 3rd and 5, a long 5. But if he just would have pitched it sooner, if Sam hadn't scored, he would have had
They
first
put it
down.
back there again, and then he fakes like he's going to throw and takes off the other way. Yeah, they got this.
And he threw behind him. He threw behind him.
He knew it too.
Yeah, he knew it. He threw behind him. He didn't set his feet. He jumped in the air and throw, and that's the worst thing you could do. You gotta set your feet and throw accurately. And that was a bit of what they call a short Hail Mary, where you're praying that your wide receiver can come up with a catch. Mr. Castro is on for the field goal attempt. Blocked again. This time it was too low.
26-yard field goal attempt blocked by the Crusaders. Number 5, Joel Hickerson.
He's got to get a little bit of lift on that though too.
Yep, he does. He hit more of a line drive.
Yeah.
That's 2 failed drives by Sal's where they just did not execute properly.
They're not executing in no way the same as they were in the first half.
No, they're not. And it's not so much what the defense has done, it's more what South's not doing.
Ball carrier number 35, Alexander Norris.
There's a carry of about 3 yards, it looks like.
Making the stop for the Cougars.
Maybe 4.
Brandon Burlew.
Yeah, if I'm the South coaches talking to the offensive sideline, I'm saying, guys, all we got to do is execute.
That's all.
That's all you got to do, execute, and you're not doing it.
And a 3 on the play, 2nd down, 7, 15-yard line.
They only gave him 3. Well, I was right the first time. Here's that lead
There's a
again.
handoff. Nope. He's
Ball carrier number 35, Alexander Norris.
Matter of fact, I think he actually, I don't know if he got anything or maybe lost some.
Making the stop for the Cougars, number 33.
He lost about the length of a football. Well, I was watching the Cape and sideline. They were going to bring 2 guys in, but they didn't. They're going to take it into the 4th quarter. They were talking about trying to get a playoff still.
Ladies and gentlemen, that'll be into the 3rd quarter.
All right, well, in the 3rd quarter, you got a score of South 13, Cape and 7. But they were getting ready to send 2 guys in, and I saw the head coach come down and tell them, no, let's take it to the 4th quarter. That way we can get a chance to get the team on the sideline, talk things over, and maybe come up with a different play.
wow. They're not playing nowhere in any way like they were playing the first half. I would say the offense is stalling.
Yep, I would say so as well.
I mean, we're not seeing the quick.
At the end of the 3rd quarter, Heights 10, Central 7.
Still 10-7 Heights Central at end of the 3rd quarter. It's a
Defensive battle.
either it's a defensive battle or it's a
Turnovers.
turnovers and penalties situation, non-execution. This is not the time of the year that you want your team looking sharp.
No, and last week Central was hitting on all cylinders.
Oh yeah, they were. Whatever they wanted to do, they were able to do it.
Yeah, offense, defense, special teams.
And the only reason the other team scored is they took the starting defense out, which didn't make the starting defenders real happy. They wanted a shutout.
Yeah.
We watched them on the sidelines. They weren't very happy.
3rd down 8, 15-yard line.
He caught it. He caught it.
Pass complete to number 24, Coco Cola.
Number 1.
I'm looking him up right now. That's Logan Coble, a linebacker. And that's a linebacker covering a wide receiver, which should not be. That should be or if the running back coming out, but if that wasn't the running back, that should be a safety.
That's got to be the biggest gain that they've had all night.
54 on the play. 1st and 10. Crusaders ball the South.
Yep.
33.
For their offense. Oh. Number 2 catches for him, though.
Yep, he does.
Making the stop for the Cougars, number 22, Cole Kilmer.
And that's another first down. All right, South's got to stiffen up now.
Yeah, because it could very easily score.
1st and 10, David. 21-5.
South's not playing with a lot of fire. They got to find something that fires them up. They got to get something. Oh yeah,
Got him. Number 87.
that Burlew. Great Burlew.
Yeah.
The big guy chased down the little guy.
Yeah, he chased him down.
When my dad saw that, he'd always say, well, that's what you get for stealing the big guy's hamburger.
Also 11 on the play. 2nd down, 21. 22-yard line.
Now, you like 2nd down 20, when you like 11 yards lost because of that penalty, instead of a penalty where he still had first down. Now you got 2nd 21. He's dropping back. Intercepted.
Picked off.
Go, 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 go. There's going to be a flag right there.
Blocked in the back.
Black or a hold. It's still good. Now, that is the play South could use to fire them up now.
They needed that.
Now you got the crowd back into it. The crowd's been sitting over here
Holding
dead.
South.
That ball was intercepted. Illegal block in the back. Intercepting game. Continuing penalty from the spot of down. 1st down.
All right, you get the ball at your 38. That's fine.
Yeah, that, when they done march the ball all the way down the field on you by a long pass, you need some type of retaliation or.
And I wonder how much that sack played in his mind. He threw it into area where there was a lot of defensive coverage. Sam's going to get about a yard or so.
They picked up something that where he was cutting them holes or they're filling them holes or. Because he doesn't seem to be getting those long bursts like he was.
And that's where Hooper is going to have to see that. He's going to have to, as the offensive coordinator, take advantage of that. Coach Hooper's got to get that relay to him from the coaches up in the box. There's a quick pitch to the left.
There he goes. There he goes.
Yep, all the way down to about the 41-yard line.
Making the stop for the Crusaders, number 88, Michael Lipke, number 24.
All right, now that might get the line up and going. And sometimes in this game, It can be just a spark like that. Get your line. All right, let's do it again. Let's give him another big hole. Another cut, another cut. He's still going to have 5 yards on the play.
Making the stop for the Crusaders, number 7, Nick Degenhardt.
This is what you want now. Drive that you wear on this defense. Especially when you got people who are playing both ways for Kapaun like they have.
Yeah, they got them.
Wear them out on defense so they're not as effective on offense.
And that's what they got. They've got a few of them playing both ways.
Knocked down.
Pass incomplete.
Now, when you do those quick pass plays like that, the offensive linemen on that side are usually taught to chop block. And what that means is you take the guy's legs out from underneath him so he can't jump up and knock the pass down, which is what just happened. You're supposed to get those treetops out of there so he has a clear lane to throw that ball. Now, I think we're down in 4-down territory, but that play would have worked and been enough for a first down, too.
36-yard line.
Here's a counter back. He's going to have enough.
Real close to it if he doesn't have the first down.
Sam Corona.
He's going to be about a yard short, huh?
About football length short. Fourth down.
Quarterback sneak.
Sneak it. Just sneak it. Just sneak it. Now look at the linebacker selling up the middle. All right, he's got enough.
Down.
But what he did is he went down between the guard and the tackle.
Right.
Because the two linebackers came out to take out the gaps between the center and both guards. He saw that, did a smart play. He went down one gap, which is your one gap is between the left guard. So he went down to the 3 gap between the guard and the tackle and got 2 yards.
Yeah.
That was a smart play by Mr. Wassenberg. Another quick pitch, another cut. Oh, did you see him fake and make that guy miss?
Yeah. And he picks up, what, about 5 or 6 yards?
6. He's got a little shake and bake in him.
Yeah, he does. He does. Because you know they should have him, you know what I mean? And he's gone.
24-yard line.
Another quick pitch.
Fumble on the play.
And that time, I don't know if the pitch was good or not, but Sam didn't catch it.
Making the recovery for David, number 65, Colton Pepper.
And again, that comes from not playing the position a lot too. Sometimes that can happen. He's hurt by it, but you can't let that get you down.
You've got to watch the ball all the way into your hands, no matter what is.
And you can't let it get you down.
Yep, no matter what position you play. When you handle the ball, you've got to make sure you got possession of the ball before you take off with it. They're rushing 3 again. And now that was not a good throw.
Receiver, number 33, Joey Medina.
And he actually had to come back for the throw and dive to get to it. Yeah, right now I'm over there, I'm picking Sam's head up. I'm saying, it's all right, don't worry about it. Guys, we were moving the ball. We'll get the ball back again.
You'll get another chance.
Second down, 10, 28-yard line.
He's in shotgun. They're only rushing 3. Too much cushion. He's got enough for a first, I believe. That's too much cushion.
Yeah, and the thing is, you're only rushing 3. There's no way that
You should have that much cushion when
That's
you're rushing
right.
3. And
Gain of 10.
they've got 2 deep safeties. With most of the game, they've played with 1. Moving people around into formation. He's looking to throw this way. Got him. Is that Braden again?
For the Cougars, number 87.
Yep, Braden Burlew. Now, folks, that's a sack with a 3-man rush.
Well, he's got, but how many sacks has he got tonight?
That's 2 or 3.
And that, you know what? That's a good defensive game. When you get that many sacks, it's not, you're very fortunate to get a sack, but to get 3,
36-yard line.
and those are not assisted sacks.
No, they're not. Let's hit the handoff to the up back.
Oh,
And he's going to have enough for a first down.
Ball carrier number 35.
That was just a draw, and the linebackers were not there.
Taking the tackle.
And usually when there's a draw, it's the linebacker's fault.
yeah.
Gain of 13 on the play.
Linebackers got to be at home. As Sam told us in the start at the pregame, we were talking to him.
Fake, quarterback's got it.
Ball carrier number 10, Brock Monty.
That's 4 yards. And he got 2 of those after he was hit, and they were pushing that pile again. And again, I just have to stress, you got to take the legs out, and that won't happen.
Pass.
Incomplete.
Pass incomplete. Intended receiver number 24, Coulter Hollings.
.539 to go. Are you in 4-down territory now?
36-yard line.
I don't think so.
You're only down 6. They're blitzing. It went right through his hands.
Pass incomplete. Intended receiver number 35, Alexander Norris.
They blitzed, and he threw over the top of the blitz.
Oh, they're going to go for it.
Why not? They
He
went
was
through it deep
already
in their own
gone.
territory once.
Fourth down, 46-yard line.
Now South side's up, yelling.
He's back to pass.
Incomplete.
Pass incomplete.
And that was a prayer hope. Now he threw it where only one who's going to catch it was going to be the wide receiver, but he overthrew both. Either that
Now, if
was
you're South, what do? You just continue with your regular game plan?
yeah, they need to go and put this in the end zone and put this game up by 2 scores.
Just a reminder to stay off the field and following completion of tonight's contest. Thank you. First and 10 Cougars, 46-yard line.
Hand off to Corona,
Yep,
and he's cutting the corner.
yep.
Ball carrier number
And
23.
there was no pitch. It was a straight sprint handoff.
You know what else though? Why are we running them to the sidelines?
He ran to
to
they
get to
actually
the
had
outside.
yeah, but they had the strength to the wide side. So most of the defense were this
But
side.
outside then
So they
back
ran
in.
to the backside, yes. But yes, he's got to be able to cut back in and stay in bounds.
Yeah.
And I think he was trying, but he was just a little bit too close to the 5-yard penalty on us.
Yeah, because he was set. Right?
No.
Ball start. Offense. 5-yard penalty remains, second down.
He can get up and move. He's a wide receiver. He can get up
But
and move.
what are they calling it on?
I don't know. That's what they're going to ask. They're saying the wideout, not the tight end. The wideout moved into the neutral zone. A wideout moved. So there wasn't on the tight end that was changing positions.
Oh.
It was the wideout on that side. I hear the official saying the wideout.
They was sure asking.
Second down, 7. Ball at the south 49-yard line.
Corona's got the ball.
Ball carrier number 43, Sam Corona.
All right, 5:14 and ticking. It's going to be a pickup of a yard. You got third down, 6.
Gain of a yard on the play. Down 6, 15-yard line.
He's going to center. I thought they might move him into shotgun and let him have the option of running and throwing it. Nope.
Pass incomplete, intended receiver number 18.
And he's just a little bit off tonight. In between batted passes, that was not a very well thrown ball, and the wide receiver was open. And that would have been enough for a first down. Execution has hurt South tonight. Their turnovers and execution, they're just
not
not sharp.
playing nothing like they were
The first half.
the first half.
For the Cougars in punt formation number 82.
I mean, they had their problems in the first half too, but they just have not done nothing in the second.
Just a fake.
Nope, it's going to go out somewhere around about
20 or 18.
marked it out at the 23, looks like. All right, you go 4:38 on the clock. How about a pick 6?
That's what you need.
First and 10, Capeman. Ball at their own 23-yard line.
He's not being careful with the ball and throwing it. He's thrown into coverages. They're saying incomplete, incomplete.
Pass incomplete. Intended receiver number 1, Nick Channel.
And as a quarterback, that is so frustrating.
Oh, yeah.
You put the ball in the guy's hands and he doesn't catch it.
Second down, 10, 23-yard line.
Easy.
They're blitzing. Intercepted.
Picked off. Oh, and he's running hard, boy. Oh!
Did you see him?
Yeah.
That's Othello Lewis. And that's the quarterback he put on his butt.
Making the interception for the Cougars. Number 47,
And he played fullback last year. He wanted 7 points.
He did a...
And number 10 's not jogging off very fast.
No. That's the big play they needed. Now they got to put it in. But that was a good pounding, wasn't it?
Oh, he knocked him on his rear. Yes, he did.
Cougars. Ball at the 3-yard line.
Oh, he's in there too now.
He's in as the offset halfback for that. That's Braden Burlew.
7, Braden Burlew.
They got 2 defenders in there, 2 big boys. Othello Lewis, and Braden Burlew, both defensive linemen. They're going for the beef.
The old fridge trick, like.
Yeah.
Put the big boy in there.
And I don't know if you've seen it, but the Chiefs have put, sometimes the goal line, they've had Don Terry Poe, their nose tackle, in at fullback. All right.
Ball carrier number 43, Sam Corona.
Yeah, they're saying something.
We got a stop for Hickman, number 52, Nick.
They yelled something out there, and I think it's to the offensive line.
If you cannot put that ball in there, you've got problems.
I keep the big boys in, I fake it, and throw a quick pass to the outside.
No gain on the play. 3rd and goal.
They took the big boys out. Come back in with the regular offense. You can do a pitch, touchdown.
Touchdown.
They're going for 1 or going for 2?
I would go for 1. I wouldn't even mess with 2. Why would you mess with 2 right at this time in the game?
I think they're going for it.
Number 43, Sam Corona.
You're still up by 12 points.
Yeah, but your kicker is having problems making it. You need to go ahead and give him a little confidence boost.
But what if you need a 2-point conversion to tie a game? Just overload the zone.
Fumble.
And he fumbled it. What they did is they overloaded that side and just tried to outman more blockers than you had tacklers over on there, and it didn't work.
He's done fumbled it a couple times. He's gonna have to hold on to that ball. Sometimes when you fumble,
well, next week they're gonna have Eric McCulloch back. They're gonna have to go play Mays at Mays.
yeah, they can still beat them though. They can beat them. The one that is it Wichita Carroll? I don't think they are Bishop Carroll. They lost the game.
Now, folks, if we go to Mays next week, I'm gonna try to switch and get Friday night off so we can go to do that game.
Yeah, that's where we're headed.
The Cougars, number 40, Fernando Villa Castro.
Okay, a line drive taking about the 18. Too much. They weren't really in an attack mode coming down the line. They came down the field softly.
Yeah.
And you gave them a ball about their 46-yard line, looks like. I'm gonna mark it to 47.
The kicker ain't playing. He's making tackles out there, huh?
Yep.
Freshman getting some varsity playing time and gonna say he made some tackles.
Still rushing 3. Way out of bounds, way out of bounds. And that's good. The referee's talking to the linebacker for South saying, you came close to a late hit. And he did, he came close to a late hit. If he would have pushed him to the ground, the referee would have thrown the flag. You gotta play smart.
Quarterback played smart too. There was nowhere to go, so he just threw it.
Yeah, the closest wide receiver was the cheerleader at the end of the South. I'm serious, that's how far it was out of bounds.
That's good.
She had to only go about 4 or 5 yards and make the play. They got this defensed.
Oh.
They had it defensed. That's what happens when you come running up too fast and you don't get down in a good tackling position.
That's it.
You can take a fake and you can't recover.
So they're in 2-down territory too, huh?
Oh yeah, they're in 2-down territory.
Oh, first down.
And since he went out of bounds, I stopped the clock.
Gain of 11 on the play. First and 10 Kingman, ball at the South 43.
Oh, he's going to be tackled short of the 35.
Pass complete to number 1, Nick Channel.
First down.
Making the stop for the Cougars, number 9. It's
No, a little bit short. Was that about 8?
About 8. South needs to force another turnover and they can just run off the clock.
35-yard line.
Good tackle from behind.
Yep.
He's a limping too.
Number 59, Dusty Glauston.
And that wasn't enough for a first. He kept him short of a first down.
Gain of a yard on the play. Third down 1, 34.
You got a minute 45 and counting. The clock is against.
Oh, he dropped it.
Yes, he did.
That's number 2. He should not.
Number one.
Oh, it was number 1?
Yep. That wasn't your number 2.
I was going to say, man.
Number 2 has been catching the ball tonight. I would be looking for number 2.
Wow, that guy had the ball in his hands.
Fourth down 1, 34-yard
And once you get that as a wide receiver, and you hope I don't drop it, that's the wrong mentality to really to make.
Caught it. That's one right there that caught it.
Pass complete to number 1, Nick Channel. Making a stop for the Cougars, number 9.
And he kept in bounds, which means as soon as they set the clock, or the chain, excuse me, the clock will start.
10 Crusaders, 26-yard line.
Yep, starting the clock. We got a flag in the backfield. We got a holding.
Joe Hickerson. There is a penalty marker on the play.
Oh, a chop block. Ooh. Now this is the wrong kind of chop block. This is a block below the knees.
What is that, a personal person?
I believe that's a 15-yarder.
Yeah.
Or at least a 10 for sure. It's a spot foul, and the flag's behind the line of scrimmage.
Illegal block below the waist on the offense. 15-yard penalty.
15-yard penalty.
Remains first down.
Plus, since that happened behind, you get that yardage too. So now,
that right there can kill a drive really quick.
oh yeah. Now you're second down.
First down, 28.
Oh, first, and as my dad say, a country mile.
Yeah. But you know what they're gonna do?
They're gonna do it in chunks. Screen.
Good tackle. That wasn't a shoulder tackle neither,
No.
Stu.
I think that
He wrapped the arms around the
Weir.
leg.
DJ Weir made that tackle. He kept his head up, kept his
Yeah.
eyes on the opponent so he couldn't dodge around him, got the legs and didn't let him go any further. No, that was an excellent tackle.
Oh, he's going up top.
Touchdown. No one took the tight end.
Touchdown, Crusaders.
No one took the tight end. Someone blew coverage.
Well, you know what they're fixing to do.
40-yard touchdown pass by number 10, Brock Markey. To number 5, Joe Hickerson.
They're probably going to go for a 2-point conversion.
No, they're going for one.
They are going to go for one.
They're gonna do one of them swivel kicks.
They got to do an onside kick. Kick is up and good. And I'm telling you right now,
14-19.
Coach Barkley, who's the defensive coordinator, is going to have
52 seconds left.
that defense over on the sidelines asking, somebody missed a call. But right now, you have to have your good hands, people.
Yeah, 19-14 with 52 seconds left to play in the game. And what do you do?
Now, here's what I tell my kicker. If they're all up on the 50, do a little pooch and you try to outrace them to the ball. Okay? If they're spread out, then you got to do an onside. And that's what they call your good hands team. All wide receivers, defensive backs, running backs, guys who are used to handling the ball. And if it's in the air, they tell you to fair catch it. They can't hit you. If it's on the ground, you fall on it, and you're taught to have other people fall on top of them to protect him. So nothing's stolen from under the deal. If there's a pileup, no one can steal it.
Oh!
I think we got it, though. We got it. We got it.
Boy, they play dangerously, don't they? Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw it.
That saved the game for them.
All right, now, we have all 3 timeouts, which we don't need, but Kapaun's only got 2. That's going to hurt them.
They should have this in the bag.
Yeah, but South is not executed, and it has bothered me tonight. It's really bothered me that they have not played like they're capable of playing.
First and 10 Cougars, 46-yard line.
And I'm just going to run the ball. Immediate timeout. Now, because of this, you can't run out the clock because Kapaun's got 2 timeouts. I think you've got to get a first down.
You've got to get one.
You got to get one. To make them burn their 2 timeouts, you got to get at least a first down. So I'm not going to be shy about throwing the ball, but I'm going to make sure it's.
Oh, was that a timeout?
That's the timeout. They should have only 1 left.
Something ain't right over
Well,
there.
they had 2 on there earlier, and they're still showing 2. So maybe they had all 3, and for some reason they didn't have the 3 up there, but they had 2. At the start of the drive, there was a 2 up there for their first downs.
If they don't get a first down.
Second down 12, 24-yard line.
Well, you get a first down, don't worry about it.
Hold on to the ball.
Ball carrier number 43, Sam Corona.
He helps them by going out of bounds.
No, I don't think he went out of bounds.
Timeout. Kapaun.
Yeah, he didn't go out of bounds.
Timeout.
So that was a scoreboard error on the scoreboard operator because they did have 2 up there.
Yeah.
And it's still showing 2, now it should be showing 1. So maybe that thing is not working.
It may not be working because it should be showing 1 right now, right?
All right, what are you calling?
Well, me, I would step out of the box, and you know what I'd do. But I know that they're conservative.
Throw it. I'm running an option to the wide side of the field, but I'm telling my quarterback.
You've killed him on the pass.
All right, but I'm telling them, my quarterback Dalton, if it's not there, you don't try to do anything. You pitch it. He's changing the play. They're trying to get him to jump. Trying to get him to jump. It didn't work. They were trying to get him to jump.
Flash out. The first of the half.
They've been seeing this linebacker come running up and stopping, and they were trying to get him to come in a neutral zone. That's exactly what they were trying to do. Well, now we're showing 1 and 2. Maybe the scoreboard didn't get its coffee this morning.
Or he was asleep.
Or the scoreboard operator didn't have his coffee this morning.
A little bit sleeping. Had to get a little rest.
I'm still going to run the option, or I'm going to run the quick pitch to the wide side of the field.
See, I just throw that quick out.
And they did that on a 4th down in the first half.
I know it. Oh!
He did it. He's going to be a little bit short.
Pass complete to number 15, Dylan Becker.
Okay, that's Capen's last time out. They're going to be a little bit short. He's going to be not even a full yard short. They've got to get it right to the 44-yard line.
You leave your offense on the field?
Yeah, I sneak it.
Or do you?
I sneak it. But before I do, I see if I can get him to jump.
And then call timeout if they don't?
No, then I sneak it.
And it's ball game.
He's been successful in every sneak so far in this game.
He has. That is a very true
And that
statement.
last time he did it, he didn't go between guard and center. He actually went down and went between left guard and left tackle. So I give him the same option. If the linebackers come up and crowd around the center, you go off the step. This is the ball game right here.
Yeah, this is it right here. This.
Fourth down inches, 45-yard line.
He's got enough. He's got enough.
Ball carrier number.
Both officials are inside the 44. That's enough for a first down. First down, that's game. Outside of a
First and 10 Cougars.
something
40-yard line.
disastrously happening, South has just punched their ticket to the next round.
Well, you see what they're going to do.
They're in victory formation. And they're come up, and his own players are talking to the Kapaun kid that came through and did that little extra. Well, folks, that's game. Didn't play out like I thought it was going to, but that's game. South wins the game, 19-14 over Kapaun. And now the team will do their handshake, and then the South team will be handed the trophy for this level of the playoffs, and another trophy for South's football ever-growing trophy case.
Yeah.
And folks, I'll see you at the post-game show. Welcome to the post-game show. South advances into playoffs with a 19-14 hard-fought win over Kapaun Mount Carmel. And I say hard-fought, Charles, because South they fought, but they didn't execute like they should have.
And I would say not at all. I mean, the second half was nothing like the first half. I don't think they had the drive that they had in the first half. They wasn't executing by far as they was. The defense wasn't playing as well.
Right.
I mean, big plays given up all over the place.
Right.
Wow.
And is that, if you're a South coach, is that disconcerting to you?
It is, but it isn't. It is because it's like the kids lost focus.
Yeah.
And how do we get them focused again?
That and the turnovers. South had 3 or 4 turnovers and some penalties at times that hurt them. But you got to get rid of these. These are the problems, and these are all correctable things.
Right.
And these things you don't need, and you don't need this lack of execution at this time of the year.
Right. And the fumbles.
And you got to get rid of that because this game should have been a blowout. So,
Heights 10, Salina Central 7.
So Central loses. South is the only one that goes. They go to Mays next week, and I'm gonna see if I can get Friday off next week and switch with my coworker so we can go to do that game. But folks, it was a hard-fought game. The better team won. Should have won by a larger of a margin.
A lot larger. Welcome to the post-game show. I'm here with Coach Sellers, and South pulled out a good one tonight.
It was wild, maybe a little too wild, but we ended up on the right side of it.
Yeah, that is true. The first half, it looks like you guys could have actually put them away the first half, but a couple of fumbles and takeaways they got there. Well, the one, they threw it up in the air, and that lineman had the lineman's dream to catch it.
Yeah. I mean, our offense was just not very good tonight. You know, we've been great all year long, not turning the ball over, and we did a lot tonight, and our defense was just lights out. They won this game for us, and you know, the big thing though is at this point in the season, you get in the playoffs, all that matters is you got one more point than the other guy.
That's right.
You just want to keep surviving and advancing, and you know, I think the big thing with the turnovers was our kids were just trying to make plays and pressing too hard, and sometimes that happens in big games like this. Luckily, we got to learn from it with the win, and you know, come back next week and clean things up and try to get another one.
And that's the good thing about it. You get to say we get to practice next week, we get to go next week, and I guess that's in the end of the scheme of things, that's the most important thing of this whole thing.
Absolutely. We'd much rather practice and be turning gear in, and just proud of our kids. They came up big when we needed them to, and you know, it's awfully exciting this time of year to get wins, and you know, sometimes we take that for granted. You expect to be in the state championship and things like that, but you know, tonight was fun. Not all the time, but there at the end it was fun, and kids are excited, and that's the important thing. You know, we do this for them, and to see them that excited, it makes this awfully fun.
And one thing I did notice, I looked like Braylew, boy, he was getting to that you know, it's good to get one sack, but I think he had about 3.
He was great tonight, and Braden's great all year, but you know, you get in games like this, and you have those special kids that step up and make plays, and he was huge tonight for us, and you know, even on their onside kick there, he's the kid that recovered that one, and we have our D end out there, but that's kind of why we have him out there. He's got great hands, and he's a big old boy that can get the ball, and he did tonight, and he was great for us all night long. I'm so proud of the game he had.
Well, congratulations, Coach, and I wish you luck next week.
All right, got another big one, May South.
Yes.
Mowry Clinic provides the Salina community with a comprehensive spectrum of services delivered with compassion and sensitivity. We strive to create a partnership with our patients that promotes health and well-being in all phases of life. We care about our patients, we care about providing quality health care services, and we care about our community. Chances are you know many of us because Mowry Clinic physicians live in Salina. We are coaches for youth sports teams and leaders for Boy Scouts and 4-H. We offer time, talent, and financial support to a variety of community events and charities. Our children attend school with your children. Our families attend worship services with your families. And we are proud to call Salina home. We have a vested interest in the success of this community, and we remain committed to an independent practice model that promotes our proud heritage and philosophy to provide quality medical care centered on the relationship between each patient and the physician of their choice. You have a choice for your medical care. Choose a doctor dedicated to the pursuit of excellence in healthcare services. Choose Mowry Clinic.
What did that mean? Minor surgery? Not to me, it wasn't. I'm no risk taker. That's why I chose to have my surgery at Salina Regional. I wanted all the resources of a full-service hospital available to me. You know, just in case.
It's your choice where to go for surgery. Salina Regional Health Center, here for all your surgery needs.
The friendly staff at Salina Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Clinic, located at 523 South Santa Fe, are always welcoming new patients to serve in the areas of sports medicine, total joint care, and more. You can contact the office at 785-823-7213 or toll free at 1-866-406-4141.